Hello, Scorpio. Welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is D, and this is your August horoscope for 2021. And just to recap for the year, real quick, everybody's walking, following the ancestor, walking to their own universal beat, made that commitment to walk through the birch trees and walk down that path. In January, you were met with the King of Bows, or the Adder. He asked you, where are you going to take charge this year? In February, you had a hearth fire moment, and you were sharing it with others. March, the horse showed up, the Knight of Stones, and where did you need to push through in March? April, because you pushed through in March, you had some generosity. You were generous to others with whatever is going on, represented by that Nine of Vessels. And in May, you had the Ten of Bows and responsibilities. And I kind of feel like this was a career year for you. And, that's how, that's resonating with me. It may not resonate with you that way. Maybe it's relationships or however, but, these are general readings, Scorpio. In June, it was the wheel showed up, and it was, creating your own fate, maker of your own destiny. All right. And, the three herons were sitting in there and helping you out, the King of Vessels, giving you that insight. And in July, it was all about transitioning. Moving, with the full wind in your sail, all right, transitioning into, more of that responsibility that you have, creating the opportunities that you have in your life, all right, and, pushing through, right? I mean, that's how, I'm seeing this as a career, year for you, because you everything that's lining up is you taking charge and you're pushing through, and now with the responsibility that you have, there's going to be a transition going forward for you. And that Queen of Arrows, she likes to transition to different waters. She likes to look for new growth, new opportunities, and that's what that guy's driving. He's driving a boat that looks like a swan. Okay, so let's see what August has for you, Scorpio. All right, I'm going to keep with the same format. I'm going to draw one card for the theme, and then one card for each of the weeks of August. So your theme, Scorpio, for the month of August will be represented by the Ten of Stones and home. So, here you're moving from July into August, Scorpio, and you're transitioning. Maybe this has gotten to a point where you're looking at a new home. Okay. Maybe you're looking at an opportunity to say, you know what, I'm at a point in my life where, I can invest into a new home, make something that's mine. All right, where I can have that security, stability, and the materialism of, claiming something for myself. You've got the male and the female energies involved in that as well. So, maybe that's a decision that you're making with somebody else, else. Somebody that's, can give you that insight, right? So let's see how that first week of August sets you up, Scorpio. You're going to be empowered. Five of Bows and empowerment during that first week. Be empowered to make the right financial decisions, empowered to find the right home for you. All right, empowered to make the decision, to leave, whether in an apartment or somebody else's house, or to strike out on your own. Empowered to, seek out that which is more in line with your spirit. During the second week, Scorpio is going to be represented by the Nine of Arrows or Nine of Bows, respect, which to me is good. If you're seeking out that new home space, and you've been empowered, you're going to have the respect of others. Your thought process moving forward, your empowering activity moving forward is going to be one that's going to be respected by all parties, and you're going to have a lot of respect in it as well. respect for your decision that you're making into finding that home. All right, the third week of August, Scorpio is represented by the Queen of Arrows and the Swan. And that Queen, like I said before, she likes to, move to different pastures. We talk about that in transition. And, to me, that's a transition card for you, too. Now, Queens are also very nurturing, very, they like to rule the castle, so to speak. And Arrows is all about that intellectual energy. So, you're going to have some nurturing energy in that aspect to understand what that Queen of Arrows has to say for you. And, she may ask you the question, what's that straightforward approach? All right, who do you need to seek advice from to get what you need, to move forward into securing that home? And in that fourth week, will be represented by the Three of Vessels and Joy. Now, nothing ever is done very quickly. Sometimes it takes months for things to happen. Okay, but at the same time, the Three of Vessels and Joy is going to come up, that maybe it does happen for you quickly. Maybe you put all your swans in a row, per se. Okay, you've asked the right questions, and things fall into place for you. Okay, so let's talk about this Ten of Stones and home. Here you are coming out of the month of July in a transition phase, and again, I feel for you, Scorpio, that this year has been a big transition, right? It's been all about career, and maybe going into the second half of the year, it's going to be more towards, getting yourself some stability, security, okay, with what's going on with your job situation. And maybe that's not job situation. I want to say it's maybe finding your own place. Okay, finding your own home. Okay. Tens are completion phases. And this is a completion in your stability and security. And the best way around that, okay, is to have something that you can call home. Home's a great place to be. Childhood home, gives you that security and stability of family. All right, a new home, give you some ownership. All right, this is something that's mine. This is something that I can do what I want to do to it. I can fix it up the way I want to. I don't have to live under somebody else's roof. All right, whether it's something that I can put equity in. All right, and start building, some sort of asset. Right. So that's going to be your theme for this month, Scorpio, is the theme of home. During that first week, you're going to be empowered. You're going to be empowered to be looking for new homes, possibly. You're going to be empowered to look at opportunities to engage in that aspect of finding a new home. Maybe you've done so well this year that you can say to yourself, okay, what do I need as a single person or as a new couple? Where do we want to live? What are we looking for in a home? How do we want, these things, to move about? And you're going to be empowered. You're going to be, talk to the right people about, what's going on in the purchase of a new home. Talk to mortgage lenders, get approved. Talk to realtors, find out, what's doing well and what's not doing well. Buy within your reason, right, Scorpio? Don't go overboard, to get you out of that security and stability, but, do with what you feel is right. Does it, if you're single, does it, make sense to be in a condo? All right. If it's something that you guys want to, it's a couple situation. Okay. Do we want to take on the aspect of having to cut the lawn? All right. Doesn't meet your needs as well as her needs or his needs, right? Be empowered allows you, that feeling of creativity, of fire action is what empowerment's about. It's looking at the aspect and not making any decisions, but becoming empowered and asking the right questions to people. That second that second week is all going to be about respect. Respect amongst your colleagues, respect amongst your family, respect against with your loved ones. Because you are empowered, maybe that's a decision you make to say, you know what? It's time for me to move out. It's time for me to, move into my own home. Okay, it's time for me to, chase new dreams and visions. All right. And the only way I can do that is to venture out on my own. I appreciate, maybe you're thinking, hey, I appreciate everything that this apartment or this, house I've been living in has to offer me. Okay. But I'm feeling empowered that, I've got the financial wherewithal to go ahead and do what I need to do to move forward. All right. And looking at the home. And, if you think everything out and you go through the process and you talk with your elders and guides and your ancestors, they're going to respect that process because you've thought everything out. You've been empowered to look at all the avenues. And as you're not seeking advice from them right now, but you're looking at it saying, okay, you know what? This is what I want to do. And there's going to be a lot of respect in that decision for you. And then the third week comes along, and it's represented by that Queen of Arrows. Now, we've seen that Queen of Arrows back in July when you were in a transition. Maybe you were already thinking about that. Now this Queen is making it a reality for you. Okay, this Queen of Arrows is asking, what do you need to ask for? If there's a home that you want to look at or a home that you want to do, maybe you need to ask some more questions around stuff. Maybe you need to ask that significant other, where do we want to live? Maybe you need to ask the mortgage lenders, what can I afford? Maybe you need to ask the realtors, what's a good area based on, where you're working and who you're working for. The Queen of Vessels, or the Queen of Arrows, also, wants you to ask, what is that straightforward approach that's needed? Don't beat around the bush. The Queen's here to nurture you. The Queen's here to protect you. Okay? But she's also wants you to make sure that you talk to the right people and make sure that you ask the right questions around whatever this home is. Okay? Ask the right questions of, to your realtor. Ask the right questions to your mortgage people. Ask the right questions to your bankers. Ask the right question to yourself or your significant other. Is this really where we want to be? Okay, be straightforward. Don't second guess it. Okay, look at the opportunity to use this queenly advice to help you gain what you want. Because when you do that, it leads you into the fourth week of joy, represented by the Three of Vessels. The joy of knowing that you made the right decision, that you've asked the right questions, that you've got approved, that maybe you did put a bid in a house, and maybe you got it. All right? And now it's just a matter of waiting on the paperwork. All right? The joy of saying to yourself, you know what? I'm going to be out on my own. The joy of saying, you know what? This is going to be a place where, so-and-so and so-and-so can live. This is a place where I can start a family. A place where I can have my own emotional security, my own financial security, my own creative stability within this house to move forward. So there you go, Scorpio. That's your August horoscope for 2021, represented by the Ten of Stones and home. Hit that like button for me, subscribe to the channel, and share it with others. And we'll talk to you in the month of September. This is D for Spirit's Path. Take care, God bless, and stay safe, everybody.